going on, my brother?
What's poppin'?
Man, hey, welcome to another edition of Respect the Shooter. I'm here with a respected person of mine, Mr. Waxx, aka Robot Kenny.
Yes, sir.
In the building.
What it do?
Man, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Got a smile on my face. A nigga don't smoke weed no more, so my energy just been a little different. So I'm amazing, man. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. Okay, well, all right, let's jump right into it.
Yeah.
Why you stop smoking weed?
Just a clear mind, man. Like, yeah, I just needed a clear mind, bro, because a nigga been smoking, I'm sorry if I can't use nigga, but a nigga been smoking since 17, bro. So it's about just elevating myself, honestly, because I see where my downfall was, and smoking weed was one of my downfalls. Because I'd be at home, smoking weed at the crib, be at the crib all day, then when you got something to do, you're like, I'll do it tomorrow. And that's because I'm high. So once I put that perspective in, and being 31, you like, all right, bro, like, you ain't where you need to be. If you're not, change some things. So I had to regroup, bro. Been looking into stocks, and with stocks, you can't be on no weed because you got to wake up in the morning. So being on that weed, how you sleep. So I had to stop it, bro, just to better myself, man.
So you're not a productive smoker?
I am, because I'm an artist. So
Okay.
like art and weed, I feel like it goes together. It just like puts you in another world. So, but productive outside of like handling shit that I need to, like when all them damn mail things come in, when you got all this mail and you just like, oh damn, I forgot to pay that bill. Maybe because I was high.
Right.
So that's what it came down to, man. And yeah, so I'm productive in certain ways, but not fully how I feel like I should be.
Man, that's beautiful. You know, having clarity of mind is the greatest thing.
It is.
So, you know, let's just jump right into it, Waxx. You know, why don't you tell us where you're from, you know, where you grew up, you know, just kind of the backstory before we, you know, get into the photography.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm originally from the IE, specifically Rancho Cucamonga. I grew up there from first grade to about 22. Moved to LA because the longer you stay around your home where you grew up, the more you stay stagnant. And so I seen that, and I had a friend that put pressure on me. He's like, bro, I'm moving to LA. Next week I was like, nigga, I'm moving to LA. Like, he's like, you ain't leaving me. So we kind of both smashed out at the same time in our own way. And yeah, that's kind of how I got to LA. You know, being in Rancho.
Wait. The IE, that's the Inland Empire for those people that don't know.
Yeah, that's the Inland Empire.
So we currently right now are in Southern California.
Right.
And a lot of people may not understand that Los Angeles isn't California, it's Los Angeles.
Right.
And that Dago, the San Diego, that's Southern California, along with the IE. So why don't you kind of explain like the difference between the IE, Inland Empire, and Los Angeles?
I would say the difference, honestly, bro, I do see a difference amongst black people when it comes to LA and IE. And I feel the reason why that is because the Inland Empire is white people dominant. And so growing up in that environment, I've been able to get a vocabulary, being able to put myself in certain situations that a lot of my family members haven't because they grew up in the hood and they just don't know how to wiggle right. So I feel the difference is just the education, honestly. Like, we still black there, like, but a lot of people from LA just be like, oh, you from the IE, you ain't a real nigga, man. So like, we got that little thing on us, but at the end of the day, I really think the difference is just the education, bro. Because we still black, we still human, we still go through the same stuff. And honestly, we got it a little worse because we deal with racism out there more often. In LA, it's like you got the minorities running the whole thing. And so when you in Rancho Cucamonga, especially in 1996, ain't no black people out there, bro. So I had to I was one of 3 in my class, you know what I'm saying? And then the third person was in another class. We just added them in mine. So it's like growing up without black people, I had to wear it on my sleeve. Like, I'm black. Like, y'all gonna know that I'm black. Y'all gonna know who Malcolm X is. Y'all gonna know, we all know Martin Luther King, but y'all gonna know everybody else because I'm here. So I think it just made me really proud to be black, bro, because I wasn't around my culture too often.
Okay, so when did you start developing like your love for like art?
I feel like that happened at a young age, without me really realizing it. Preschool, I just loved painting with my hands, like mixing the colors to get purple, mixing the colors to get pink. Like I just like doing that. And my first memory of, I guess, photography, my dad used to get these like hard Sports Illustrated books with football players and basketball players, like all the great legends and stuff. And I used to see Jesse Owens, just all these classic photos. They were so classic that I used to think that the Steelers weren't even a team no more. That's how old it looked to me. And I just remember seeing it like, dang, this is cool stuff, like Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? And just really seeing a lot of people at my school do it, because you know, when you black, art ain't really in our field. It's about sports, rap, women, you know the whole gig. So like, when I would see some of my friends at school draw, I'm like, dang, he good at that. So I would go home and low-key just draw, just not show nobody. And I told my friend that a few weeks ago, actually, who I used to like look at drawing in elementary school. I'm like, bro, I used to go home and draw, but not like be proud of it, because ain't nobody around me know how to draw. They just, if they did, they was into anime. But I ain't no anime type of person. I'm watching Michael Jordan and everybody else. So yeah, man, that's kind of how the drawing and stuff kind of came enlightened in my brain at a real early age.
So how did art transition from like a hobby into like your adult life, where you do it pretty much all the time?
Nah, man, honestly, I didn't get into, okay, so all throughout high school, I signed up for photography class. Didn't get one lick of it. Like, I didn't get a lick of photography, so I was like, whatever. Went to Chaffee College, which is a junior college in IE, and I took a photography class, a film photography class. And that kind of like got my engine running a little bit. I dropped out of that, and I say, 5 years later, I got a girlfriend. You know, that pressure, like, what you doing? You going to school? I'm 23, 24. I'm like, let me go ahead and go to school then. So I went to school, and what I do? Sign up for photography. And after that, from 24 to 32, I've been on. And to go into my actual art, I would say that I really didn't know I had this ability until I started working at my old job, bro. And I met a person who did art, and I was away from home, so I got to really find myself. And if you see us together, you wouldn't believe that we friends. He's so corny, white boyish, and I'm just black. It's like, but I found my weird side, and it was through him. And one day we was sitting in my car, and my damn landlord forgot to pay the light bill. So we sitting in my car with his paint markers. I'm like, bro, I'm about to go get my photography. I'm about to paint on my photography. Because he's just painting, I'm just watching. I'm like, man, I'm bored. So I went to go get my photography. I started painting on it.
Right.
And that's just, that was the energy, bro.
Okay. What were some of the hiccups that you ran into when you first kind of started photography?
I would say the hiccups, let me see, is really trying to like make money through it, honestly. Cause you know, when you start, you know that you're not good enough for money, but when you get good, you're like, all right, where the money coming from? How do I like start establishing a business? How do I like get clients? What's going on? So I would say the rough patch is like finding the money as a photographer, because a lot of people think you just here with a camera like your auntie, and they don't respect the shooter. And it's like, bro, you don't know how much this camera costs, bro. Like, I need something off this, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I would say that's probably is finding the money, bro. And of course, I feel like every photographer has got some equipment stolen, and once that happened, I had to rebound on my shit just like everybody else, and be consistent and sticking to it no matter if my stuff was gone. I started doing film, I started doing Polaroid, I started doing other things to feed my energy when it came to photography. And and I got better off of that, because with film, you're real precise. You paying for this film, so you like, all right, I ain't shooting that, I'm gonna walk around somewhere else and shoot that. And so not knowing, it naturally just made me a better photographer. And once I got back into digital, I was turned up.
So, man, that's amazing. But hindsight being 2020, how do you think that, or why do you think that you became a photographer?
To document history, bro. Like I said, growing up in Rancho Cucamonga, I was proud of my culture. I had to wear it on my sleeve. So when we in history class talking about damn slavery and looking at all these pictures of Martin Luther King marching, I'm just like, dang, like that's amazing. Like I still get to see this stuff and not thinking that it would happen in my day of time, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, that'll never happen. So I feel like I was definitely here to document my culture and just what's going on right now. As a street photographer, that's what we're here for.
So, what kind of pinch me aha moments, you know, in your lifetime have you run into where it's like where you documented the actual history?
Ooh-wee.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Man, I would say my first aha moment was when Nipsey died.
Okay.
I was in the streets, bro, because I'm a California native, so Nipsey Hussle was in my ear since 17, you feel me? So when he died, it was like, all right, here it go, let's go document this work. And no disrespect to any photographer there, but I feel like that was my playground that day. No matter what photographer was there, I was killing shit. And when I got them photos back, I'm like, yeah, like this is what it's about. So that was my first aha moment. I was doing protests because Donald Trump, but that was because, like I said, I seen that stuff in the history books. But to be happy and proud that I documented was when Nipsey died. I did the Staples Center. I went to his hood.
The funeral.
Yeah, I did the whole march with him, bro. So to document that for LA before COVID, it was a year before COVID, and then Kobe died the next day, and we couldn't do the same thing that we did for Nip.
Right.
I felt lucky as hell. So I would say that's my first aha moment for sure.
And just kind of explain to people the allure of Nipsey Hussle, especially here in Southern California.
Bro, man, that's Biggie to us if you ask me. That's Tupac. That's Michael Jordan if you ask me. Because he was just about just elevating our culture in a hood nigga way. And you couldn't do nothing but respect it, you know what I'm saying? So his music would just motivate California because we knew where he came from, we knew everything about it. And like when you have the same backyard as them, you know what's going on, you see what's going on, but you see this man just elevating, he's still in the hood, giving back to the hood. And I would say like, yeah, bro, that's Michael Jordan to us, if you ask me, for sure.
Okay. So how have you been navigating since then, you know, with the pandemic and all that?
I mean, it's been slow a little bit for sure, but I really just been, I guess I would say I've been practicing. I was shooting hip hop a lot. Excuse me. I was shooting hip hop a lot, but then I felt like I had to get out of that because when you're dealing with hip hop and artists, it's just about them. And once again, they don't respect the shooter. I'm on my knees, I'm over getting angles, I'm sweating my ass off, and y'all don't give two shits. So I had to switch that up and go back to my initial reason why I felt like I got in photography, which was to document some history. And so I just been focused on basketball because my thing is the NBA take care of the black people. It's something that we watch consistently and is well documented. And I would like to be a person who documents that because I grew up watching sports and the whole nine, you see what I'm saying?
So that's a goal for you to be an NBA photographer?
Yeah, I'm in there next year for sure. Like, next All-Star game, I'm in there. If I'm not in there, it's the next one. If I'm not in that one, nigga, it's the next one.
Oh, I feel you.
I gotta hit it, and that's what the pandemic has showed me that I'm good at it, and I'm running with it, bro.
Yeah, I believe creative people, you know, especially people like us, you know, we manifest things at the highest level, you know, where we say, okay, I'm going to do this, and then you turn around in a time frame, and it happens,
right.
and it's just like, man, like, you know, because you know I was one of Nip's photographers, and you know that's how we kind of connected out
Yes,
in
sir.
the field.
Yes,
and
sir.
you know I see you work. You know,
Right.
you know we working our production deal over at Wilson Athletics with QB Cav out
Right,
there.
right.
And you know we did some real good stuff.
Yeah.
But you know we ran into a little hiccup ourselves. You
As
know,
we
trying to
always
work
do.
together.
Right.
Yeah, man. Why don't you just kind of go into that and just talk about talking about dealing with clients and money and.
It's hard for me to dive into that because I've gotten out of that.
Right.
As of right now, it's not about the money for me. It's really about the experiences, because I already got my money back from my camera. I already, you know what I'm saying? So like pressing people to pay me or anything is kind of like, it's just not in my forte. I'd rather just walk around my camera, bro, and not even deal with clients, because once again, people don't respect the shooter. So they think me charging $250 is like, but I'm producing heat. So it's like, what is the conversation? Like, you ain't got nobody else doing this for you this well, and I'm only charging $250.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When I could be charging $2,000, $1,000. So it's tough dealing with clients, man, because you don't want to shortchange yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you also don't want to like disrespect them in a way. You know what I'm saying? So you try to meet in the middle without really talking about it. And sometimes I get fishy. You really got to like talk about the business, what's going on. And with our situation, a client just didn't have things in order for us to really make our money. And we ran into a situation to where they was trying to lowball us and tell us it's all on us. But they wanted our photos. Like, well, we got to ask the parents to pay for it, but y'all want our photos? Like, what's really the deal with that? So it's just real tricky when people think they control the whole situation, but you the one in control because you shooting. Like we said, we can be shooting in the sky. Like, y'all don't know what we doing, but like, once you see the work, you should respect the payment, you know? And a lot of people, it's hard for them to do that.
Right. And that was a 2-day event. And the lady was
Far
like,
as hell. You know how far, boy, I ain't never even been out there.
Yeah,
I was driving,
it
though.
was out there.
Right.
But, you know, it just go to show you that everybody don't have the same type of mindset. And it taught me to ask more questions. And it's okay to say no to some things, even though, you know, it could possibly benefit you.
Right.
But it ended up being more work in the long run.
Yeah, editing. They don't know what go into this, bro.
Well, why don't you talk about it, what goes into it? After you complete a photo shoot, what happens after you and the client part ways for the day?
What happens? Well, you gotta go home. You gotta drive back home, which could be in LA, it could be a whole hour, it could be 2 hours, because depending on what time you in there, you know what I'm saying? So you get home, bro, you might eat, you might chill, but that night, you gotta put that card in that computer, at least to get them uploaded. That's my deal. And it's thousands of photos at times, you know what I'm saying? Especially dealing with sports photography. It's a lot of photos, bro. So we smash that in, let our computer charge that up for 10, 15 minutes, and then get to editing. And when editing gets going, you gotta make sure like your photos was crisp. You gotta make sure that the lighting was right when you first started shooting. If it's not, you gotta adjust it, whatever. But there's a lot of kinks, bro, that we gotta do, a lot of minor adjustments that we need to do as photographers that obviously people don't know about. And we in front of our computers for hours just to get $250 or whatever your price is, you know what I'm saying?
Right. You worked all day.
Yeah.
Then you come home
And
upload,
work all day, all night.
edit, and they want it back the next day.
Exactly.
And they say, well, I'll pay you $250.
Exactly.
But you done did 12, 14 hours of work.
Exactly. And they think because you at home doing it that it's, you know, it's under the table or whatever. It's not enough sweating for them, I feel. And they don't see the hard work because we on a computer. So do that, upload them again off of your computer after you're done editing all these thousands of photos. And yeah, we can sync, you know, we can sync the images to go quicker, whatever, but I still got to put this shit on the USB. I still got to upload it to Dropbox. I still got to send it to you, and I still need your feedback. And then I got to put it on my Instagram. So that means I got to send some photos to my phone to put on Instagram, but then put it on my TikTok to make a little video just to be hot.
Right.
Just for $250.
Just for 250.
Just for $250.
And if you try to say like, well, you know, this is gonna be $1,000, they're like, nah, it ain't happening.
Unless you just the highest photographer and they got the money because they know you the hottest photographer, but majority of the people that we connect with, they not even on the level that we want to be on when it comes to money. And if they are, they not saying nothing. And that's when it becomes disrespect, because we all got bills to pay, you feel me? So like, the work should just speak for itself. You called me for a reason. You called me because you know I can do it, but there needs to be a conversation that's comfortable for both parties, you know what I'm saying? We can always work around whatever needs to be worked around, but don't demand somebody, hey bro, take this photo over here, come over here, take this photo. Like that's probably the number one thing I don't like about clients. They will try to hire you and tell you what to do. Like you ain't never had the camera in your hand, like they got the camera in their hand for 30 years. And the last time that happened to me, I was like, man, I shoot what I want, the sky. So unfortunately, it brings you to a place where you mad and you start treating people in an angry way because you've been disrespected of your art for so long, which can come off wrong at times, but y'all gotta respect the shooter, bro, period.
Because it's a reason why they came to you.
Exactly.
And not somebody else.
Exactly.
Like if you want cheap work,
I got you. Shooting through the legs if you want me to.
So let's talk about what's in the bag. What you shoot with?
I shoot with a Canon Mark IV. It's my baby. I got a 70-200, 50 millimeter, and what's that, 24-70? That's the one. That's that thing right there, boy. You can, if you ain't got the 70-200, you good with the 24-70 because it's basically your eyes, I feel. They say the 50 millimeters like your eyes, but that 24-70 is like what you see for sure. Like wide angle, you know what I'm saying? It's everything you need. And so that was my buddy for a while until I got into sports photography. And with sports, you need that 70-200, that long lens. So that's kind of what I've been on. Those are three that I need, seriously.
Why did you choose Canon over anything else?
No particular reason, honestly. It was just because I seen everybody with a Canon. I was like, all right, for sure, y'all got Rebels. That must be the hot shit. Like, so I got a Rebel, started off, and then once you start off with something, you just continue that process. So yeah, that's kind of how that happened, bro. Just seeing everybody with a Canon, and I was like, all right, I need a Canon. Got a Canon, and just kept it going because that's what you're familiar with, for sure.
All right, no, that sounds good. You know, it's Nikon gang in here.
But, I see you.
You know, I like Canon too.
I shot with Nikon. It's what I like about Nikon is it feels smooth when you shooting. It don't even feel like you pressing a button type deal. It's like clack, 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 clack. Yeah, I used to shoot. Here we go again with this client shit. I used to shoot for this dance company, and we had Nikons, the best Nikon there is, but the money wasn't good, so I had to get up out of there. I appreciate y'all showing me how to use a Nikon, though.
Right.
So,
right.
Yeah.
Gotta go where the bag is.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, let's talk about this Robot Kenny thing, man. I really like that.
It's my guy, man.
So, where did Robot Kenny come from?
Robot Kenny came from being a slave at work, bro, and feeling like a robot every day. I used to work at a restaurant, and they want you to walk up to the table. Hey, how you doing? My name is Joshua. Have you guys dined here before? And da-da-da-da, and go get food, and da-da-da-da, robot shit. And so I started acting like a robot at work. I was like, reporting for duty, sir. Like, you feel me? I truly started acting like a robot to my bosses just to let them know, like, this is what y'all got us doing. So that's kind of how the mindset came. And then this was around the time where I first started painting on my photography. And then I was like, all right, let me do something else. And I started painting on albums. And a Kendrick Lamar album popped up in my face. So I drew the robot. I was like, he need a name, bro. You know, Kendrick go off Kung Fu Kenny. I was like, well, shit, Robot Kenny. Like, that's just where we at with it, and that's kind of how the flow of it going, and then just built from there. It just kept building. I didn't know where it was gonna take me, but it's taken me to a lot of places, bro, and I'm respecting Kenny for sure.
All right. So going forward, you know, you're an artist, you're a painter, you're a photographer. What do you want to say to people out there about photography and why they should respect the shooter?
Because we are truly documenting the world that we live in today for people to see in the future. So you might not understand what's going on right now, but I guarantee you, when y'all see my Nip pictures that I archived on my Instagram 15 years from now, y'all gonna be like, dang, like, he really was out there when Nip died 15, 20 years ago. And I think that people need to be aware that we have a key to the history, bro. We definitely have a key to history when it comes to knowing what to shoot, knowing how to shoot it, and knowing why we're shooting it. And so I think that's what people need to understand, that we just not here just to be having a camera in our hands. We really here for I feel we here for the history, because you take family photos, you take portraits, that's all history for your life. And that's where I think photographers come in, is just documentation for sure.
Well, Waxx, man, I appreciate you coming here today.
You know, man.
Reputable street photographer.
Yes, sir.
I enjoy seeing you in the field. I enjoy seeing your work. And
likewise.
Thank you, man. This has been an episode of Respect the Shooter.
Yeah.
Peace.